A little bit of colour there, Megs.
Bit of fluoro.
Can't beat a bit of fluoro.
We're back. It's Saturday video 51.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
We'll call this random Saturday video.
Random Saturday video.
Yeah, we haven't done one for ages. I just thought so many things are going on at the moment that we better do one. We're going to do one in a dress. A school dress.
And a video.
Isn't he funny? So I just thought that could be kind of fun. And Paul's even thinking about doing an auction in a school dress to raise some money for Do It in a Dress.
I've just got to make sure the vendor's happy so that he doesn't think I'm clowning around, because it's serious business auctioning houses, because people want to make sure they get the best price. So
how good would that be?
Which we will. Yeah. But it's a bit
People might like the fact that you're involved with the charity, though. Castran Gilbert is involved. I'm very happy to announce.
Auctioneer in a frock.
Yes. I'm going to get all the partners in dresses too. They don't know it yet. They're probably going to have a heart attack. Hope they don't see this Saturday video before I actually tell them. Hello, Dimmy. Okay, so here we go. We've got just a few questions today, not stacks, which is good because you and I rave on for a long time anyway for each question.
You do.
Shelley, what happened with my lucky beanie? I wear this lucky hat for the football and it's got a smiley face on it. Shelley bought it for me. So I wore it to the football a couple of weeks ago and we lost. No, I didn't wear it and I thought it must be the smiley beanie. I thought I have to wear it. So I didn't go to the football the other day and Paul did and we lost and I had the beanie on at home even.
Geelong, mind you, but that doesn't mean anything to...
What a match.
...to our friends overseas.
No, I know. But
that's
it was
the way
still,
the mop flops.
I was still just saying hello to Shelley, really. Okay, Shelley said, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? God, some mornings 110, depending if I've exercised the day before. When I'm exercising full on, I don't think there is a day that goes past where I'm not in some sort of pain when I wake up. What about you?
I feel younger than I am. I mean, yeah, I'm
stiff. You're just trying to say that you never feel sore.
Oh, no, I do all the time. Every day. Every day. But that's a good sore.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. So how old mentally do you feel?
30.
Yeah. Although, you know what? I think 40. I'm 46 right now. I think 40 because 40 is when I really learnt that I controlled controlled my life and I created my life.
She learnt how to say no.
That was at 31. God, that was the best thing ever. Learning to say no to stuff you don't want to do. Learning not to go out for dinner with people you don't want to go out with. Learning to distance, all that stuff. Best thing ever. It took me a long time, 31 years to get that. Once you get it, it's like riding a bike, you never go back.
I was lucky I asked you to marry me before you learnt that.
That's
you
right.
might have said no.
That's right. I wouldn't have said no. I wouldn't have said no. Okay, so yeah, I'd say 40. You'd say 30.
Yeah.
I'm a cougar then. The younger man. Okay, Lauren Martin. Lauren's going overseas because her husband won.
I know, he's an Ironman.
He qualified to be
He's an Ironman, so that's like
I wonder how old he feels.
That is, you know the distance, don't you? It's a 5K ocean swim.
Yeah.
It's 180 kilometre cycle.
Jeepers.
And it's a 42.6 run marathon, and I think maybe it's somewhere between 9 and 11 hours in searing heat.
You must have a hot bod, Lauren. That's all I can say.
Can you keep up, Lauren? Maybe he's too exhausted.
Yeah, he's probably too exhausted. Exactly, he probably is asleep. So she said, where does she need to go in LA? Well, my first thing when anyone is going to LA is I say, go to Sushi, you and me, because that is the best sushi.
So we'll give you a whole list of things.
Hang on, stop. Before we just continue on from Sushi You and Me, grab a pen right now. Write down.
No, they can just replay the video.
Spicy tuna number 2.
Yeah.
Mickey roll, Tory roll, treasure roll. They're my four favourite
It's on Little Santa Monica Boulevard, just between...
If you walk to the end of Rodeo Drive...
and Beverly. So it's
walk
there.
right down to the end of Rodeo Drive, cross the road, and it's just up a little bit.
So
easy.
You should go to the Ivy on Robinson first night.
That.
You get the chopped grilled salad.
That's just our routine. You don't have to do it.
Maestro's is brilliant, which is a beautiful restaurant.
Cut for a really good steak before the Ironman. Oh, well, you'll be in Hawaii for that anyway. But
Cut is a fantastic restaurant. I like a little one called...
I went to an Italian one called Medeo's that Paul hasn't been to. I liked that. It was expensive, but it was good.
What's the... Posse, you know, the one on the corner we go with Alan and... I'll think of it in a second. It's just around the corner from you and me.
Yeah.
But that is fab, and I have to think about the other ones.
Disneyland. Universal Studios.
You've got to do the Runyon Canyon, which is up on the corner of Franklin and Fuller.
We expect your husband to run it.
It's quite a steep. It's a wide track like the Tan.
Just get in a cab.
And it's a real cult. And everyone walks up the Runyon Canyon to the top, which is like in Hollywood Hills.
It's fantastic.
And then you can see right back to the ocean. And there's all and sundry doing the Runyon Canyon, and it really gets you hard because it's quite steep.
Yeah.
So Runyon Canyon, West Hollywood, you should go through.
And you know
West
what
Hollywood.
we love doing? We love hiring a bike and just riding along the beach at Venice Beach, don't we?
Venice Beach, yes.
That's really fun. You can do that with the kids.
The Getty Centre, you should go to.
Sterling, rather.
You should go to the Getty Centre, John Paul Getty's place. There's so much money thrown off by all the oil that he's donated to charity.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
The Getty Centre, when you walk in, the first one you'll see is irises. They paid 53 million. 53 million. They bought it off Alan Bond. But it's a
some
brilliant
good
building.
Instagram opportunities
and
there.
You should go to Malibu.
Malibu's good.
Malibu is
Hope you've got about a month after all these things. She's going to Vegas and she's going to New York as well.
Oh. You need about a year in each.
I know. Okay, so have fun. She's going in 4 days. Have a really safe trip. Tracy,
can we get that little
your romantic Europe trip, the best places you visited?
Well, we are a sucker for Capri. Because Capri
But that wasn't our romantic trip. Our romantic trip was London, Paris, Zurich, Gstaad, and Mykonos.
Back to London.
Yeah.
They're all good.
This time in London, I found that I loved it even more because we found some new restaurants. And I found some new shops too. Which was fun. Wasn't it? Not for you so much.
I get sick of shopping.
He hates shopping. Do you know what Paul thinks? Here's my fun story about Paul.
A shop is one stop before the tip.
Oh my God, that's not what I was going to tell them.
Half of it.
But that is his theory as well.
You just throw it out.
He's not fun to shop with for a long period of time.
I can do a little bit, but you go shopping. Right? You go to shopping if you want to buy something, but you don't go shopping for the sake and pull everything off the rack. Look at it; it's like
Paul
a dog going.
Paul thinks that when you buy one thing, one of the kids has just come home. That's the garage alarm. Paul thinks that when you buy something, so let's say I went into a shop and I bought this beautiful skirt. In fact, Paul bought me the beautiful skirt. And I love it. Seriously, it's one of my favourite things.
And I thought that'd make her happy and she'd want to stop looking.
It did make me happy.
And she'd want to stop
but
looking.
But we were in London and we were walking past all these amazing shops and I said, let's just go in here, and he nearly had a heart attack.
It's an unquenchable thirst.
And it was in that shop that I found my Melbourne Cup dress.
Dealing with a woman in the shops, you in the shop, it's bottomless, and
bottomless.
It's depressing.
It's depressing. It's depressing though when you won't do it. I would like to know of a woman going overseas to a capital city like that does not want to shop. Seriously, London, New York, if it's your first time, you go into all the sites, which we did the first time.
We were there 4 times in 6 weeks, and every time you kept going. You'd reckon once would be enough, but
see, that's
4
the thing.
times?
No, it's not. We like to keep looking. All of us.
Oprah, save me, will you?
I love the fact that you think Oprah watches our videos.
No, she gets sick of shopping too, I'm sure.
She probably doesn't, because she doesn't get to do it because everyone would come up and want photographs.
Even if she didn't buy the Tom
I saw
Ford
that she
Zurich.
tweeted the other day that she went to the supermarket and she said, "Oh my God, I'm exhausted," because everyone who was at Good Earth or wherever she went wanted a photograph, and she came. It must be exhausting. Yeah. Because she'd have to be nice, and she is nice, so she would be naturally nice, but to keep that on...
A 10-minute job becomes a 2-hour job.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Anyway, so that's it. Okay, so we went to Switzerland, and what I loved about that was the colours were so bright. It was as vibrant as my jacket. Wasn't it? When we were driving through Switzerland, the lakes were blue and the mountains were green, and I felt like I had a filter on. I didn't have sunglasses on. It felt like I had those polarising lenses.
And I'll tell you what else was good. In Zurich, we stayed at a place called the Dolder Grand, Dolder Grand.
Yeah, that was good.
Now, this is like an 1899
There's photos of all this on my
Swiss
Facebook
castle,
Jewelchic page.
just overlooking the lake in Geneva, and then either side there's a name of an architect out of London called Foster, and they've built this very contemporary building on either side. Cool. And look, you can go there and just enjoy it. You can go there and have
spas. You can meditate.
The spa is unbelievable.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
You can go there, and not only can you have Botox and fillers and dermabrasion and all the rest of that, you can have a facelift. They've got a whole medical
It'd be like one of those
retreat.
Swiss spas where you see the bandages all wrapped around the people. We didn't see any of them.
When you nick off and for a couple of weeks or a month, and you come back.
To Switzerland.
God, you're looking good.
Yeah. Why didn't we do that? We should have done
Had
that.
a little nip and tuck along the way.
So,
well, not me, I'm just saying.
Do you know what was great?
People do.
Gstaad, Gstaad was great. That's in Switzerland. And are you going to turn that off and on?
Yeah. You're right.
Anyway, Gstaad is the most gorgeous city in Switzerland.
Well,
we only
not
found
that you've seen them all.
Well, I think it is. No,
it is.
That's true. But we found it by default, really, because we were just kind of driving around and we thought, oh, we'll go there. And we couldn't believe how beautiful it was.
It was really beautiful.
And then we got invited to go to a polo thing, sort of like being at the Melbourne Cup, but it was a nighttime cocktail party. It was really fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it. So that was beautiful. And, like, the shopping there was lovely. It was just one street, you'll be pleased to hear, men. It was just one long street, but they had the most beautiful shops. And there was a Louis Vuitton there, but it was in like a little chalet type look.
Do you know what? They're not interested in the shops. What we did do is
we went up on
the ski lift and we went up 1,500, 2,000 metres.
Yeah, that was
up
good.
To the top of the lift, and we just sat up there, and they were about to have a function, and the sun was shining.
It was beautiful.
And you look down. The photos are on Megan's face.
I'll put the link to the album on here, so you can have a look.
And it was really beautiful. And you see a lot of guys hang gliding and parachuting, and you look up, and there'll be 6 or 10.
Paul was so excited by watching them hang gliding that he even said that he would do it.
Seventh heaven. I do it, but not jumping out of a plane, but I think running down a hill. And then
I so know you wouldn't do that. It's just ridiculous that you even said it. Zoe, isn't it? Zoe's over there. You're going to come and say hello to everyone? Just do a little drive past, just walk past.
Do a drive part.
Zoe will wave to you in a minute.
Next.
Okay. Jenny Wren, thank you for this lovely, thoughtful question. How's the back, she said?
Getting better. It's getting better.
I haven't made a big deal of this on Facebook because I didn't want to drive everyone nuts, but I have got a prolapsed disc.
It had an injection into her
impinging on a nerve
sheath.
So it's been slightly painful.
L4, L5, but it's getting better now.
I haven't been able to exercise for quite some time, so I am still doing my mile a day, but I'm just doing it on the bike. And every night I go, oh, I haven't done my mile, like right before we're about to go to bed. So I have kept doing it though.
Time management.
But I'm looking here. Falls into time management, but I'm looking forward to getting back into exercise, and I'm looking forward to being pain-free, actually. Zoe, come and say hello.
Do a drive-by. What's the next question? Come along, Sharon.
Nathan says, not including Oprah and I.
Which Nathan?
Nathan Abbey. I don't think you know of Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
I know him because he writes to me on Facebook a little bit, but he hasn't really ever asked a question before. Who are your favourite other celebrities? I really like Stephen Schwartz, who we're having lunch with tomorrow. Stephen Schwartz wrote Wicked and he wrote Godspell, and he is one of the nicest people I have ever met, isn't he?
Oh, he's very in the
We've met
moment.
him several times and had breakfast with him, and we're having lunch with him tomorrow.
He's the real deal.
And what I love about him is, like, you'll be talking to him, and of course I have to ask him, a few little wicked questions and stuff like that. And then he'll say, and how's Zoe going? And how's Max? And tell me, Paul, how is your real estate business? And, what have you done? Where was your last holiday? Like, he asks us questions too. And I think that's lovely.
Yeah, he is really...
He's super nice.
So what's the next one?
Have you got any other celebrity? Olivia Newton-John's beautiful. I love her. I think she's sweet and nice. Marina Pryor. Got all the Wicked cast, all my musical theatre friends.
Ross Wilson.
Yeah, oh my God, yes. I love Ross.
Mr. Eagle Rock, Mr. Mondo Rock.
We were with them in Greece, and it was so funny because we went to this restaurant with Ross and Tanya one night, and it was a restaurant that played a lot of groovy music. So when we walked in,
they have a disco with iTunes and a laptop, so they can play anything.
What's that called? Like a, you have a
Sonos,
DJ kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we told the girl secretly as we walked in, who he was, and she goes, "Oh, tell me the song," and I put it on.
I described him as the Bruce Springsteen of America.
Ross is the guy who sang Eagle Rock on the Oprah Taco night, for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about.
So the next night we went back.
Yeah, and they played Eagle Rock. So we're sitting there and Ross goes, "Oh my God." So we're all like bopping away to the song, like no one else there knew who it was. And Ross said, everybody is somebody.
Everybody is a nobody somewhere.
It was so funny. I've got it on video, so I might tack it onto the end of this because it was a really funny little thing to say.
So celebrities.
Can you stop driving go-karts? Can you?
I
wanted you to come and wave.
Any other celebrities?
I don't know.
I sort of forget who the...
You know what? The thing is, you remember the awful ones more.
Nah.
And I don't want to even say them. But I do, when you have a funny experience with someone, you do tend to remember that, don't you think? It's like when you have an awful moment or a bit of a road rage thing or something like that, you tend to remember those things.
Megan tends to connect and have fun with them, though. You've got an ability
I've
to talk to people.
had very few strange ones, and they haven't even been really that bad. But you do remember it when they're a bit iffy.
What's the next one?
But Oprah's always going to be my favourite. I'd like to meet Dr. Oz too. Okay, this one's going to make you very happy. Shauna wants to know about your business. And she said she loves real estate. So you just have a little monologue for a minute there. Tell them about what's going on in the market in Melbourne.
Well, how about that? I love real estate too. What is going on in the market? Clearance rates today,
God, there's
80%.
no stopping him now.
Current interest rates with the Reserve Bank 2.5%, and probably one, maybe two more rate cuts to 2.25% to
Look at him, he's come to life.
2%. What's going to happen? I had lunch with Mark Boros from Yellow Brick Road the other day.
Was he nice?
Yeah.
You two could be kind of brothers. You're both handsome men.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh, well, he is a good-looking man.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Women like him.
He really connected. He told a good story. He's done extremely well. His tip was that real estate's got 2 to 3 years to run. We are just at the beginning of the cycle. So if you're out there and you're looking to buy, don't muck around. I was at Open for Inspections yesterday, and I said to people, the longer you wait, the more you're going to have to pay. And they look at you, and they know what I'm saying to them is true because they've been missing out on auctions, or they've made offers and not been accepted, or they've been gazumped, or so on and so forth. So we're in for a good run because the mining industry is still going very well, but they're not investing in major capital works like railways and all of that. So there's not enough investment going in there to support the GDP. So they're going to stimulate the real estate market. We're the beneficiaries of low rates, and when people's houses go up and values go up, people tend to shop, so it'll lead to recovery in the retail sector. So go long on real estate at the moment. Go long on real estate. Your money on term deposit with the banks or building societies or debentures or wherever you've got it is not yielding much, and we are going to see significant growth over the next couple of years. And I've been saying this. I picked this about midway through last year, and I said, if you're a genius, and it was written up in the Domain last week, my opinion is if you're a genius, you should have bought between May and September last year, because all the evidence now, all the quarterly numbers...
Well, you did say that. I remember you telling people that.
But you see, no one's got the guts to buy when the market is stuffed. And when no one else is buying, no one else wants to buy. This is a common problem. But you should be counter-cyclical. So I did say,
it's a nice word.
You can look back on all my videos, and I picked it, and we are now on the run. So, it's definitely...
I like those apartments you showed me a video of the other day. Paul does YouTube videos, everybody, on Castran.
Do you know what? All our stock is really
Where
good.
Where were those ones?
Were you lucky?
That groovy one?
201 High Street Trilogy, right near Chapel
that's
Street.
The one.
Good buying.
Like
329 for one.
I thought that was good.
And great views. But look, make no mistake about it. If you want to make a quid, get into the real estate market. Don't pay too much. Do your research. Go to Opens, understand the market,
and buy the best one you can afford.
Yes.
Would that be the right thing to say?
Yes.
Like buy closer to the CBD if you can.
Yeah. Well, we are a radial city, and so all of the freeway links and all of the transport links radiate like a hub from the wheel, and so therefore. Generally what happens, the closest to the city, the more valuable it is, because people like to be, not always, but yes, always. Not everyone likes to be close in the city. Some like to be further out. That's what it is. But buy as close in as you can in as good a location as you can. Anyway, you got real estate, you're going to make money over the next 2 or 3 years. A lot of it. Sitting on your bum.
That concludes
for
the
sitting
real
on your
section.
You know what's good about real estate? When the market starts cracking, you can sit in front of the television and watch the television and put your feet up and have a beer, and you still make money. You don't have to go to work every day.
Well, there you go.
You see?
Well, I haven't seen you sitting down having a beer and not going to work every day.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to work every day to make money. The real
Yes.
estate goes up on its own. You've been very quiet and very patient. What's the next question?
Oh, you're good at that.
Who asked
He
that
is
question?
really good. You know what? It's really funny because a lot of people say to me, I'll say, oh, you sold your house and you didn't give it to Paul, and they go, I didn't know that he sold houses, because Paul's very well known in Melbourne for selling property developments. But Paul does a lot of houses and a lot of big houses, but because he hasn't got a big mouth,
Yeah.
He hasn't told everybody
I'll tell you what
all
happens.
the ones he's done.
I'll tell you what happens. The journalists keep their sources close. And so you'll see someone will sell something and then they'll say, keep it private. And of course, it hits the headline pages next day.
Yeah, because most real estate agents
so-and-so sold when asked, no comment. But they ring the papers, they tell them what's going on, and then they say no comment, which a lot of people don't respect that.
Yeah, and the other funny comment people say is, like, I'll say, you know, Paul would have loved to have sold that for you. And they go, oh, but he wasn't in our area. Well, those days are kind of gone because of the computers.
Finished. 60% of people come to my website from this, from a handheld device.
Yeah,
I'm currently, I've picked up a really beautiful one, be around 7 odd million over in Hawthorne, which we'll start marketing in the next few weeks. Oh yeah, you'll see that one.
Seen that one.
That'll get a lot of press. I'm doing a really stunning Victorian over in
I know
Ascot
the one
Vale.
that you've got.
Yeah, I'm doing one over in Ascot Vale. I'm doing a beautiful an apartment over in Trevelyan Street in Elstonwick, all over the place. All over the place. So, we're doing real estate. We can sell anywhere. In Melbourne.
I was just going to say, so don't bring us from Chicago or anything. Yeah. But we could go over. But Melbourne people, please, you know, like, you can hear how great he is, and Paul's always very flattered and thrilled when people trust him and give him, you know, when you give him your property, he's like so excited. So yes, he'll do a great job for you if you want to sell your house, and especially when we're all Facebook friends.
It's a great honour to be trusted with someone's most valuable asset.
Yeah.
And when someone trusts you, it makes the job even more difficult because you take the weight on your shoulders. Like I say to people when I sell their houses, it's like if I was a gynae obstetrics doctor and I was delivering your baby, you own me for the length of the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
you can buy from anywhere,
trouble.
but when you sell, he's the man.
She's good, isn't she?
Yep.
She's good. Well, you know what?
Well, it's true. I hear you, and I know how good you are.
Yeah, but I like doing it. And
I know you do.
And I like doing it.
It drives me nuts when people think you just do
else.
apartments, because I know what you do. So when people say that to me, oh, he's not in my area, both of those comments send me crazy.
You know,
just quietly.
There's a lot of hacks out there. There's a lot of hacks. And we try and do things better than anyone else.
Yeah.
What's the next question? You've sent me in the wall.
I would like to hear a little. This is about me. This one, Jen Cron has said, I would like to hear a bit about your experience. Where are you going to the gym?
Yeah. Good for you.
Can you come and wave just quickly, everyone? This is Zoe.
This is the big cameo performance. Da 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 da. She's been working all day flat out, and now she's going to decompress.
Zoe's studying nutrition at the moment, and we are all eating so healthily at the moment. I'll tell you a bit more about that. What are you giving us? She's making the most healthy foods and making us very... I mean, Paul and I are always reading up on things, but she's helping create new recipes, and she's interested in doing new things, which pushes me to do new things. We've been eating very nice things, haven't we? Haven't we, Zoe? What are we having? Oh my God, that looks massive. Is it gluten-free?
Double check. Don't go first.
Let me look.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, you can tell I need some glasses, can't you?
What is that?
It's raw tiramisu, so all organic and no dairy, no nothing.
Any sugar?
Cacao and vanilla, it's all natural sugar.
Oh, yum.
I don't want you to eat
No, just one more.
Oh my God, I don't want that jar gone.
Can you put your head down here so people can see you, not just your arms? There you go.
I give him one mouthful, it'll be gone.
That is good. Where'd you get that? South Melbourne Market?
At the health food store.
At a health food store.
Yum.
She knows all the good stuff, let me tell you.
That was good.
So what's the next question?
Jen wants to hear about my year as being an exchange student in America. What was it like attending school on the first day? How different was the education level, subjects and school life? Okay, so I went in 1984-85 and I loved it because Mum had a friend. See you, baby. See you for dinners. Jacob coming?
Doubt it. I think he's got an assignment.
Okay, bye. See you soon.
Bye.
That's just part of the video, isn't it? Bang. Okay, so 1984, 1985, Mum had a friend and she always used to come over and tell me about her child, her son, who was an exchange student in America. And to me, it was like so exciting. And, you know, Greece was, we look kind of awkward now. So Greece, the movie, you know, I'd seen all those movies and I'd seen, like in Australia, we don't have cheerleaders and all that sort of stuff. Homecoming, prom, spring break, like all those fun things. So I had this very glamorous vision of American school life and I wanted to do it. And so I applied and got the exchange. And it was so much fun. And it was really funny because my girlfriend Sandy also went.
One of the things that... I'll tell you in a second. I can hear Zoe out there. Just hang on a second.
Zoe's car doesn't sound like it's starting. So one of the... What was I going to tell you? So when yes. So on the first day... No, that's not what I want to tell you. I want to tell you about when I got selected. Okay, so my friend Sandy went over as well, and she got her placement at the same time as me, and she got LA, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how fantastic. She was right near Disneyland. She had like the dream position. And I got sent to Minnesota, and you just get the paperwork and it goes, oh, you're going to a minister's house, blah, 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 Episcopalian minister. I'm thinking, oh my God, my social life's over. Because I'd been at uni, I finished school when I was 16. I did year 12, but I was just young. So when I started uni, I was just 17. So I was still young enough to do an exchange. But when I got there, the family was fantastic. And I had a brother and a sister and mum and dad, and they were fantastic to me. And in fact, my American mum and sister are coming to see me in November, and they're staying here, and you'll be meeting them, I guess, on video and all that sort of stuff. And I love them. They were great. And I've been back to see them, and I'll go back for my reunion and all that sort of stuff. But, to have someone in your house for a year is a big ask. So I'm incredibly grateful to that. And I loved living there. I really, truly loved it. What was that about, Paul?
No, that's okay as well.
What else did you want on the first... so on the first day, it was okay. I don't know, I've never really had a problem meeting people or talking to people. And because, I guess there's the novelty value, it was 1984, Australia had just won the America's Cup, so Australia was kind of flavour of the month in the 80s. So it was very easy to make friends, and it was fun. I had a great time, and my American sister was a similar age, and she introduced me to all her friends, and I had a boyfriend there and all that sort of stuff. So it was fun. I had a really fabulous year, and I taught aerobics there because I needed to earn some money. I joined a gym, and I can't remember how this all happened, but they asked me if I'd teach aerobics. I'd never taught before in my life. And so
I stopped you there, mate.
But I couldn't get a green card or a social security number, so I made a deal with them that I'd teach there for free, and they would give me my membership for free. And then the reason I did that, though, really, was because I knew that when I came back to Australia, I would never be without a job. If I could come home and say, oh, well, I taught aerobics in the States, it sounds very glamorous, doesn't it? So, and I never was. I taught for probably 15 years after that and got great money teaching aerobics as a second, third, fourth job. What were you going to say? Some smart-ass comment?
No, are you still talking about your exchange?
Yes, because I could talk about that forever. I loved it. And so prom, I did all that. And they do have the cheerleaders and they do have all that stuff. It was so much fun.
In fact, your American mother and sister are coming out. Okay.
I told them that. And there was a couple of things that happened. Once there was a big tennis ball fight. So we're all in they called it the mall, but it was just like a big square, where all the lockers were. It was massive, about the size of a tennis court, I suppose. And I remember they must have planned it. I had no idea. And there was like 5 million tennis balls all flying through the air, and kids got suspended for that. That was quite a big deal at the time. And what else do I remember? And I remember on the last day of school, one of my fond memories is they played that "School's Out for Summer" at full blast.
Alice
School's
Cooper.
Out for Summer. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I had a really good year, and I made some really good friends. And now I've refound them all on Facebook because a lot of the time, they disappear and you can't find them or...
No one disappears from Megan's vision. What's the next question?
Oh, hang on. She said, how different was the education level, subjects and school life? That was the best bit because I graduated 23rd out of 623 students on the honour roll.
And she never did
I never did any homework. It was awesome. I did a couple of college placement courses like philosophy and stuff like that. And I did some really easy classes for me they were easy, like photography and German that I'd done a few years before, so it was easier. And
home economics.
The marriage and family living, that was the best one. That was so easy. They had kind of all the kids who really weren't very good at anything in it. So I got to meet like a real cross-section. I met the brains and I met the, those ones that sort of hang out and smoke in the halls and stuff. And we had this boring marriage and family class, but it was, it was kind of fun. This old married couple taught it. I don't think they weren't married together, but they went on and on. And we had to do that thing, when you see it like on the Brady Bunch or something and you look after an egg as if it's a baby.
And you know what? We might never have been sitting here doing our Saturday video because Megan met a man and she was going to stay there. But it all petered out.
But you know what? These things happen. Things come and go, don't they? And that was a really fun relationship and a fun time of my life. But, you know, I'm glad I'm with you. You know, times change, don't they?
In the trade, we say, that's the way the mop flops.
Yeah. Aren't you glad?
One door closes, another one opens.
No, don't know. That's not true. Ashley Stevenson, where do we still want to travel to?
Scandinavian countries.
I want to do the Northern Lights. I think
Russia.
we've said that before. Russia.
Africa.
You feel a little Russian holiday.
Africa,
yeah, I'd love to do a safari.
South America. I've been to South America. Galapagos. I want to go and do the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Tasmania.
I want to do that. I want to take you to Ayers Rock.
Yes.
The Kimbleys. I want to do the Kimbleys.
Are there enough days left? Yes, in their lives, yes.
Yeah.
Where else do we want to go?
We keep getting stuck going back to our old faves though, don't we?
Mykonos is so beautiful, everyone.
Yeah, Mykonos is good.
Okay, Jessica said, I would love it if you showed us some of your colourful clothing items. So I went upstairs and got some.
Do you want to hold them up?
No, I'll hold them up. Okay, this is the most recent thing. See this sparkly jacket? This is all sequins. I got this from Cotton On. The reason I love this so much was because it was a super duper bargain. Like something like this could be hundreds of dollars here in Australia. It was $99. Yeah, so it's $99. I like the hood on it. How fun is that? Do you like that?
Yeah, don't dwell. Let's move to the next one.
I love it. I haven't worn it yet. I think I might wear it to the opening night of The Graduate this week.
I feel like we're back to shopping again. Come on, quickly. This is...
I love this. This is a Camilla piece. I wore this on Christmas Day last year. But look at all the beading on it. It's so beautiful. And like around the bottom.
Megan wears this as a dress.
I do not wear it as a dress. I belt it up as a top. Isn't he amusing, everybody? And this swirl, I have got a million things in this swirl. This is by Paul Smith, and we just recently met Paul Smith in London. I don't know if you got to see that video.
There's another celebrity.
Yeah, he was lovely.
Sir Paul Smith.
Oh my God, he's one of the people I've really wanted to meet. And so I got to meet him because I used to design jewellery for Paul Smith, so it was very thrilling. I'll put the link to the video here. But this is his famous swirl, and I love that shirt. I've got a carpet of it in my art room too.
Where's your phone?
Oh, hang on, I'll show you my new phone cover.
Yes.
Oh.
Guess what it is? Can you believe that?
It's good, isn't
Megan
it?
would like the car seats in her car made of the Paul Smith
I would,
swirl.
wouldn't that be fun?
It'd be like Austin
My
Powers.
friend Christine has got this same phone cover, and she showed it to me the other day. She only bought it, I don't know, 6 months ago, and hers is black. So I got the spray and sprayed it to protect it.
What's the next question?
Bill Morris says, what are your predictions for the AFL Grand Final? Well, I don't want Freo to win.
I think they will.
I don't want them to because they beat Geelong at that time at the Cardinia Park.
I think they were too strong last night. So there we are. There's my tip. Freo.
I want Hawthorn to win. And Zoe's boyfriend Jacob barracks for Hawthorn.
No, but my tip, Freo. They were brutal last night.
We're going to be on opposing sides. I'll just check if there's any more comments. You got anything else you want to chat about?
Yeah, there's a few things.
Yeah, I have too.
In August 21st, my mum and dad turned 88 last weekend, and he's still pretty good. And mum turns 83, and they decided to go into aged care, and they've gone into a really, really lovely aged care. It's beautiful.
It's really funny because when you think of aged care, you kind of think, oh my God, would I want to go in there, really? Seriously,
no, but it's really, this is a really nice one, and all the people in there are very they're grey.
But what I'm saying is that at our age right now, and probably most of you who are watching's age, I wonder if Millsy's mum still watches. Do you still watch Bronwyn? You have to say hello if you do.
I hope so.
Anyway, what I think's interesting is that Paul and I were thinking, I wonder if they'd want to go in. And Paul's mum actually was very keen to go in.
They were ready.
Because they've got a few friends in there. And one of the friends rang and said, come on, we'll have a great time. And then I sort of started thinking, like imagining if I was in that position, and then all my friends started calling up from the nursing home going, oh, come on, move in, we'll have a great time.
It's not a nursing home, it's aged care.
Well, aged care.
So
maybe you would, because maybe where all your friends are, as you get older, it's different, isn't it? It's a different stage that we don't know yet.
So I've been doing some tidy up in the house, and that's the hard bit. And but I've found so many fascinating things, and one of the things I found today was Dad's notes from 1952 when he was a medical student, and the rounds on the ward, because he He started medicine in 1948. I mean, all these things are fascinating. I couldn't throw these things out. I've had to keep them.
Hence, he wants to clean out the garage and get rid of my stuff to make room for this stuff.
So that's been an interesting thing. And then
the other thing we've been doing is that 5-2 diet.
The paleo diet.
It's not paleo diet.
Oh no, okay, no, it's the 5-2.
5-2 is eating normally for 5 days and restricting your calories to 500 calories strictly for 2 days. And I'm finding I'm losing about just under 1 kilo a week from doing that.
And on your DNA, the end of telomeres, which are like the end of a shoelace wrapped, and you've got 92 of these in your body. It's 23 chromosomes, double 46 and 46 double 92. And when the telomeres shorten or become frayed from not enough sleep, poor diet, overweight, lack of exercise, yada yada yada. Anyway, I'm taking this new thing called TA65, which won the Nobel Prize, and they say after 3 months you should see changes. It'll lengthen your telomeres, changes in sleep, stiffness in your joints, skin, hair.
I hope so, because it's expensive.
Well-being. There's a 14 things. Sexual performance. Look out. I'm taking a double dose, actually. So that'll be interesting to see. So we'll keep you in touch with how this TA65 is going.
Mind you, I think we should have had the blood test or the test to check the length of the telomeres now before we started growing them.
So we'll have evidence. And the other thing, we went and saw Steve Jobs' movie today, which is called Jobs.
That was so good.
And you know what? He was singularly focused to get where he wanted to at any cost. And his relationships with people and...
Well, that was his relationship, wasn't it? That was his main focus. That was his... He was just like that. That's all he wanted to do.
He had direction.
He did, but he was also slightly spectrum, you know.
Yes,
I think he was slightly, on the spectrum.
He had a destination.
Quirky.
He had a destination, and no one. It's a really great movie. You got to see
Excellent movie.
Ashton
Kutcher. I haven't had a bit of a tear a couple of times. Did you?
No, I didn't cry. But it's really Ashton Kutcher was the main character, Steve Jobs, and it is really worth seeing.
Yeah, I loved it. And we saw on the Millers, Meet the Millers. That was hilarious. That's
and
kind of
the other
like
one, the highest bid. The other one was the highest bid.
Meet the Millers is kind of like something about Mary,
or Meet the Fockers. It's,
that kind of funny, like hilarious.
That was great.
Funny.
I'd see that again.
Yeah, I would too.
And the other one, the highest bid, or
the best offer.
Best offer. That was good.
No, the last offer was it?
Highest offer.
I don't know. It had Jeffrey Rush
at the Palace.
It was excellent. It was kind of. I'd love to discuss that with me if someone's seen it. The ending there baffled. I mean, it didn't baffle me, but I kind of wanted more.
I think we should say goodbye because we're rambling. Yeah.
Are we rambling?
See ya.
Okay, I'll put a few links on the bottom and I'll try and remember to put the Ross Wilson video on now. Bye everyone.
Sounds.
Eagle Rock.
Mykonos now, darling.
Yeah, we're in Mykonos and Eagle Rock's just come on.
How funny.
Woo!
Okay, Oprah. I've got a new saying, everybody's nobody somewhere. That's me in Mykonos.
I love that.